have weather there in San Antonio?
No, beautiful day. Beautiful day.
Okay.
It had something to do with the air traffic control.
Oh,
I have
okay.
no idea. I wanted to ask you about Tre Jones. We got the note, obviously he's out again. Has that ankle injury kind of lingered longer than you initially thought it would?
No, he basically tweaked it again. He didn't step on anybody, somebody stepped on him. He was about to come back, and then he was going 3-on-3, and somebody stepped right on the spot where it was hurting him so much. So it set him back again. So we're hoping that he'll be able to play by the time we play Houston, is what I'm hoping.
Has it been a little disappointing for him? I mean, it kind of ate up this entire preseason, it seems like.
Yeah, we had him, slated as a backup point, and that's where he was going to play, start to get some experience and feel comfortable with the guys. So, tough break, but it's not a serious thing, so he'll get back in it.
And is there any update on Jock Landale and the concussion protocol?
Well, he's in the protocol, so when he's finished with that, then he'll be okay to start up again. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Jordan, good to go.
Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, no sweat. Greg, Jamal Mosley was an assistant coach for the U.S. Select Team. How well do you know Jamal, and what are your impressions of him?
I just finished up speaking with him again. He's a special guy. He was, who I wanted as far as working with Spo with that select team, because I knew he and Spo would get them ready, to come after us when we finally got all our guys and had some practices. They did a great job of preparing us, and he was a joy in all of our coaches meetings just because of his young perspective and the years of experience he's had as an assistant. He's got a lot of knowledge, about the game. He knows what wins. He knows what to avoid and what to stay away from. But beyond that, he's got a great personality. He's got a great sense of humor. We all enjoyed his company. And when you have somebody like that, that also, adds gravitas to what you're doing and has ideas and can go out on the floor and teach, that made him special. So I'm thrilled that he got this opportunity, and over time people are going to be very happy that he was the hire.
How did he get on your radar in the first place? Obviously, he was.
Well, he was in Dallas there for
yeah.
quite a while. So over time, you get to know all these guys, and you see the young guys getting their opportunities as they move around and matriculate. So it was his time, and he's doing a great job.
Obviously an outstanding assistant coach. What are the qualities that enable a guy to take that step? It's a big step from quality assistant to an outstanding head coach.
You take the step. There's no formula. I think most guys, in my experience, when they're ready, they feel it, you feel it. They start to feel very comfortable in their own skin, what they believe in. They work for a few people and they find out what they want to take from those people, and some things that they don't want to take that they will never do themselves because they didn't think that was what needed to be done. So when you have the years of experience as an assistant that he has, he's seen what he likes and what he doesn't like. He knows he can handle people. He knows he understands the players because he's been around them for so long. And now when he takes that step and moves over a seat, that tells the tale. That tells the tale if the communication works, if the relationships work. Because the O's and X's are a much smaller part of all this than people think. Everybody knows their O's and X's. It's basketball. It's not that tough. But the relationships that you grow over the years or through a season that establishes trust between you and the players, or player to player, people wanting to play for you, those relationships, really start to create chemistry and mold a team together. And he's seen that, so I don't have any doubt that he'll be successful.
In a time when it seems like all of us are on our cell phones, all the time, especially young people. How has communication between a head coach and players changed, if at all?
I don't, I can only speak for myself. I mean, I just do what I've always done. I talk to the players. I might say hi in a text now and then for some specific reason, but face to face, before a practice, after a practice, before or after a game, when you're at dinner together, that's how I communicate. And I think that's probably the way most of us would like to communicate, but don't take the time to do it. So I just think that's a lot more meaningful. They communicate with each other by their phones and all that. That's just what they do. That's the way it is. But from coach to player, I think the face-to-face is the only answer if you really want to get serious about establishing trust, with a player.
You've had some great leaders as players through the years. Where do you see the leadership coming from with this young group that you have right now? Is that still developing? Are you seeing some people step up?
Yeah, that's in development. I would say right now that this is the guy that's going to lead us, and over the next number of years, be the leader of the Spurs kind of thing. We're very, very young, and it's an exciting, energetic group. Jamal and I were kind of comparing. He's got a young group, and I got a young group, and we'll approach them differently, I think, just because I've been around a lot longer. So I'll probably do it a different way, and Jamal will figure out what works for him. But the biggest thing is understanding that young team takes time, and establishing a leader just by saying it doesn't really work. It happens by itself. We'll figure out who that is, and he'll figure out who that is on his team.
Thank you, Coach.